he says execute drug dealers. Is that something you
I've
support?
never heard that. I've never heard him say that.
But we're going to be asking everyone who sells drugs, gets caught selling drugs, to receive the death penalty for their heinous acts.
I've never heard him say
If he did, would you be supportive of it?
I'm not I wouldn't support executing anybody for anything like that at this point, I mean, that's a whole different kind of a thing. But at the same time, I believe that we need to do things, that are going to be for America and for Americans and not against what, this administration's been doing.
Some Trump supporters don't seem to know the person they're supporting for president.
Would it be a deal breaker for you if someone said, for example, terminate the Constitution?
Absolutely.
Can I read you a message of Trump saying that on True Social?
What did he say?
And right there, he says, a massive fraud, talking about his belief that the election was stolen, of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. So terminating all the parts, even of the Constitution.
No, I don't agree with that.
Why isn't that something that really makes you question supporting him?
Well, it's a good question. I mean, now you have started me questioning that. I mean, I haven't seen that. Okay. If that was from Donald Trump, President Trump, I'll look into that.
This is like weird to see play out in real time, that his most loyal fans, the one who are they're like showing up in his merch to like all of his rallies, just, fangirled out. They're not listening to what he's saying at the rally.
We got a lot of work to do. When they I think the real number is 15, 16 million people into our country, when they do that, we got a lot of work to do. They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world, not just in South America, not just the 3 or 4 countries that we think about, but all over the world. They're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia, all over the world. They're pouring into our country. Nobody's even looking at them. They just come in. The crime is going to be tremendous. The terrorism is going to be, and then we built a tremendous piece of the wall, and then we're going to build more. And the election was rigged.
I mean, Trump has always pandered to the bigotry of the GOP for support, but his rhetoric this election cycle has become even more just heinous and hateful. I mean, I went to his rallies before the last election. I've been to a bunch since then, and it's escalated. Last one, he would do really nice dog whistles, and he would talk about protecting the suburbs, right? I know, we all know what he meant when he was talking about protecting the suburbs, and how he's not going to let housing projects and low income projects be built in the suburbs. It's completely obvious what he was saying. Not I was standing there being like, all right, and that's last election cycle. Now he's not using dog whistles anymore. He's straight up and down saying, the blood of the blood is being tainted and poisoned of America. Right. However, most people that are, because I want to say because our media is siloed, people aren't going to hear about that, but the people, he's saying that to his own supporters. And if you confront him, they'll go oh, well, he's hired immigrants. I don't know what you're saying. It's just the right kind of immigrant, not those people, just totally not white supremacist rhetoric at all.